Moving on, the solution to Kenya's power problems may just lie solely on increased production of green energy. Speaking exclusively to WTV after the release of a report on Kenya's electricity situation, Kenya Association of Manufacturers Head of Policy Phyllis Waikaga reiterated the need to utilize geothermal power and other renewable sources, as this will see cost cutting, ensure reliability, as well as increase the quality of the power within the country.
Kibera slum. From a distance, life seems normal. But on closer inspection, only few electricity wires are noticeable. This is a clear indication that for these residents living in Kenya's largest slum, walking and doing business in dark streets at night is part of their lives. The slum is connected to only 5 transformers. This means that one transformer serves about 20,000 residents. The grim situation in Kibera is an extension of what many Kenyans are experiencing both in rural and urban areas. The higher cost of power in Kenya has been noted as the major hindrance for most Kenyans to access power. However, according to Phyllis Waikaga, this could be a thing of the past as the government is implementing other ways of energy production.
There's a move away from thermal energy. Currently, the mix consists of about 37% of thermal, and that is quite expensive due to the fuel adjustment. So there's a greater move to the geothermal energy and other renewable sources of energy. So that will see the cost significantly come down.
Although the cost of energy in Kenya is higher compared to neighboring economies, the government is planning to boost supply through the ambitious 5,000 megawatt project. Further, consumers are expected to witness a reduction of energy costs from this month after cheaper power has been added to the grid.
The government had promised 5,000 megawatts of energy by the end of year 2016 in a 40-month period from the time they started counting. And currently we're at 1995 megawatts, up from about 1664. There's an additional 140 megawatts coming into the grid within the next 2 months. So we'll be at about 25 megawatts. So the progress so far, so good, but we are keen to monitor and ensure that by the end of 2016, we actually have 5,000 megawatts on board, because this is key for industrialization. Vision 2030 actually envisages 41,300 megawatts by 2030. So to be able to actually have that, we'll need to monitor closely and ensure that we have the 5,000 megawatts by the end of 2016.
In the current financial year, the Treasury set aside 23 billion shillings to subsidize connections to the national electricity grid.
So what we are doing is trying to work closely with Kenya Power to ensure that we improve on the reliability of energy. We've been having forums across all our chapters. We have different chapter offices, and we've had forums with Kenya Power. Account managers have been allocated for the large consumers, and there are dedicated lines that have also been put in place to deal with large consumers in order to ensure that they have reliable power.
With abundance of renewable energy sources in Kenya, policies need to be taken into account so that the energy sector can gain prominence of energizing the country towards economic growth.